Hello everybody, Sam here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about Wall Street Journal publishing an article shortly after NTLA's data release. And of course, I want to take a look at this article because there's certain things here that sort of shocked a lot of viewers, a lot of readers, especially in the space and CRISPR landscape. Because once again, you have an incident where legacy media attempts to basically discredit a company, a space, by basically publishing things that have literally nothing to do with the result or the outcome of what we saw on Friday. So, of course, this article here, I'm going to give a shout out to the Wall Street Journal team only because they're covering this space, right? So, it's one thing to cover the space and be wrong, and it's another thing to completely ignore it. So obviously they haven't ignored it in their health segment of their legacy media column. So of course, respect to Wall Street Journal for doing that. However, right? They go through this article and they start talking about things that honestly, I feel bad for people that are not involved in the space, day to day, weekly, week to week, because what happens is you get to these articles and you start believing these things, right? They're written so professionally and they're coming from a really known brand like Wall Street Journal, but they couldn't be more wrong than what we see here. For example, here, what you see on the screen says that NTLA shares fell 4.2% in trading on Friday, partly due to safety concern because liver enzyme levels temporarily rose in some people in the studies. This is completely false. I mean, the company stock went down because the CRISPR landscape stocks were down like 6 to 8% across the board. And it's just macro environments. I mean, just because like stock is down does not mean you have to find a reason to justify it in the science or in the program or in whatever company industry you're looking at, right? Just because, Tesla is down 3% today does not mean that their manufacturer closed or they're having issues with pumping out latest batteries or so on, right? Same thing applies in CRISPR, right? Just because you're down does not mean something came out negative. It was just unfortunate that this company is now releasing amazing data in a turbulent time, in a recession, in a time where microenvironment dictate all these stocks. I think a lot of people have just never been in an environment where stock prices are fluctuating for the worse. I don't think people have been in this environment. You may say you remember 2008, but I don't think people really remember. 2008, 2009, 2010. These were down years for the stock market. It took years before coming down to the baseline from where they were before the Great Recession hit, right? So I think it's just unfortunate that you have this legacy media going through this. I mean, look at this. They're talking about Entile is among the leading biotech companies, right? Then they mentioned Verve Therapeutics and Editas both became testing similar treatment in patients this year. What about CRISPR Therapeutics? What about Caribou Biosciences? I mean, this is completely disrespectful to those companies. For you to pull out Verve Therapeutics and Editas and completely ignoring those two companies that I just named just shows me that you don't know what you're writing about. You're just like spewing out whatever you see maybe on Twitter or the first result you see on Google or something along those lines. I even doubt they went that far, but okay. So we take a look at this here. Let's take a look at other things they maybe said. Maybe said. So look at this. People in the AHE study were allowed to keep previously prescribed drugs to prevent swelling attacks, which is likely to have biased the results in favor of Intile's treatment. And note from a BMO capital market analyst. I mean, what is this? Like, we're starting to take the science biotech advice from individuals in suit and ties sitting behind computers in a high-rise building in Toronto. In this case, it probably is Toronto because BMO's HQ is there. I mean, what does that, like, I don't even know what to say about this statement. This is completely wrong. I mean, this, how can you even say this type of statement without, having an agenda trying to attack this space, right? So I just think it's just unfortunate. I mean, I'm going through this article. There's so many things here. I mean, little things here that are like jabbing. And I really feel bad for the people that just aren't involved in this space. I mean, it's really, really, and little words like NTLA latest studies involve a small number of patients. I mean, just involving, of course, it's a small number of patients. This is the first set of data. They have to start somewhere, right? I mean, there's little things here. I mean, I can nitpick as well, but there's little things here. Look at this. The data came from a small so-called phase 1 study conducted. Results from such early studies can be unreliable predictors. I mean, I'm not saying they're completely wrong, but I'm just saying that, is it really worth writing these types of hit pieces? It really is a hit piece. I mean, they're completely discrediting this NTLA 2002 program. At least they reference to 2001 program, so there's that. But anyways, I mean, I can keep on going. It's really unfortunate. The technology is still years likely away from becoming commercially available, says the analyst. I mean, yeah, okay. Again, the analysts are. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, these stock analysts, these capital analysts are now dictating how the FDA will be treating this technology, right? It's quite mind-boggling that we've come to this piece, right? Okay, so I mean, it's just little things here. I think it's. I mean, I went through this article. I was like, man, I have to make a video on this, and a lot of people have been talking to me about it. Say, hey, did you see the hit piece from Wall Street Journal? Now, was there intention to attack CRISPR or just NTLA in general? I don't know. I mean, the part of me says no, because I think what they're trying to do is just lay out every piece of information they have on hand. But at the same time, I think they're either missing out on information or they're skewing with information. And what I mean by skewing is making assumptions and putting words like small number of patients, unreliable, they're talking about the stock price being down because of maybe a specific result that they got in the study, which is completely wrong. I mean, the stock price is down not because of the study. The study was amazing. The data was amazing. Refer to my video yesterday. I think CRISPR therapies were not even able to do 2 consecutive successful programs. NTLA is able to do that. So NTLA, in my opinion, becomes a top CRISPR company in this landscape because now they have 2 successful programs. They went through phase 1 and they're going to phase 2 with people that are dosed and that people that have results that they were expecting, and then potentially reduce and potentially cure the disease respectively in each program, right? Whether that's NTLA 2001 or NTLA 2002. So to me, when we talk about that, I think they're doing something amazing. I mean, I think it's amazing. It's really unfortunate that the Wall Street Journal has to do this. But look, they have to get their clicks somewhere. They have to get their eyeballs somewhere. I've already said this in the past. Legacy media have incentives that are not aligned with you and me and others, right? What they want is your eyeballs. They want your clicks. They want to pay themselves. They want ads. They want more ads. And I truly believe they have, deep pockets with big pharma companies, legacy big pharma companies. I truly believe it. This is speculation. I'm making a statement here, but let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this article. I know it did irritate many of you. Do like this video if you have value, subscribe if you're not, and hopefully you guys have a beautiful Sunday. A little bit cloudy here, but hopefully you guys get some sunshine for whatever summer we have left. Thank you.